Hey everybody, welcome back. Tonight I have, in this late night edition of Fan Testing, a FASCO 46-inch State Fair ceiling fan, model 965 in, I believe, antique white. Um, yeah, it's not like classic white or like it's like an off-white. I'm not sure if it was, I think it was marketed as antique white. I'm not actually sure about that, but I'm sure somebody else knows and can probably correct me in the comments. But anyways, yeah, so this is a State Fair. This is one of 5 models that FASCO made in 5 blades with like a 5-blade model that they made. Um, Kind of ironic. They have 5-blade models, but the other ones, of course, were the Great Room, the Vanity Fair, which was smaller. So the Great Room was larger, Vanity Fair was smaller, and then the 5-blade Charleston, which was just basically a different version of the regular 4-blade Charleston, and the American Spirit, which was kind of different because it didn't have a dropped flywheel. But yeah. And then, of course, there was the World's Fair, which was 6-blade. Love to find one of those sometime. But yeah, I'm happy to have found this one. I got it off of Facebook Marketplace a few days ago for free, along with some Modern Hunter that I doubt I will be keeping. But I was mainly interested in this one, of course. But yeah, it came with a long, like, I think this is about like maybe 2 feet, I think, down rod. Yeah, in a matching finish. So that's, I guess, nice to have, but I could not use that for my application, so I took the down rod off of my white parlor fan and used that instead, and I was able to retrofit it with the ball and socket mounting. Um, yeah, it came with everything, mounting bits. Uh, yeah, the flywheel is intact, which is really great and really surprising because these flywheels, as we all know, FASCO used really cheap flywheels that tended to disintegrate after some time. My great room that I have installed upstairs, that one's original flywheel had absolutely turned to dust when I got in it. So, and then the 5-blade Charleston that I have, that one still has a good flywheel. So, um, yeah, this one's flywheel seems good. It's a little bit flexible, like more flexible, more so than the Charleston that I have. So maybe that's a sign that it could be on its way to failing. But it's working for now. It's holding up, so I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna take the opportunity of the fact that it's working now and intact. So yeah, this fan is also dated 1986. I think it was like July or something like that of 1980, or sorry, 1987, not 1986, 1987, and I'll show you that in the when I show the fan up close. I'll show the tag. I just had 1986 on the brain because I have basically all my other FASCOs are also from 86, except for my small Charleston. That one's from 84. Um, and then the parlor fan. I don't know when those are from. I think the ornate one is also from 86. But point aside, um, yeah. So this one is, like I said, it's 46-inch model, so it's slightly smaller than the standard 5-blade Charleston. And then, of course, the smaller model would have been the Vanity Fair, which was, I think, 38-inch, same size as the 38-inch Charleston. So, yeah, it came with a super long pull chain extension on it with no, like, pendant or anything at the end of it, so kind of boring, but I just decided to leave that on for easy testing purposes. So, I guess now let's go ahead and start the fan up on high. And this thing absolutely flies. I don't know which motor these use. I know that I think there's like the ones the Great Room uses, which is bigger, and then the ones that the Charlestons use, which is smaller, slightly smaller. I feel like this one is going fast enough that I feel like this one has the bigger one. I don't know. Of course, this is a later model. Technically, this would fall into the 3rd gen category. It has the same, well, you saw it when it was stationary, it has the same blade badges as a 3rd gen Charleston. And it's got the ball socket canopy and the domed, sort of, I guess not really ornate, but more ornate than the normal 2nd gen nose cap. But yeah, it is moving a great deal of air, which, no surprise. Alright, let's turn it down to medium. Oh, there is a 6th model I totally forgot about, the Decorator. That is their other 5-bladed model. That totally slipped my mind. Yeah. So medium is pretty standard, pretty average. It's actually a very nice medium. Still feel the breeze from it. And turn it down to low. So yeah, they had 6 5-bladed models. The 5-blade Charleston, State Fair, Vanity Fair, American Spirit. What am I? Decorator. What am I leaving out? 5-blade Charleston, State Fair, Vanity Fair, Decorator, American Spirit. I don't know. So low speed is a slow restaurant low, which is, again, a typical characteristic of FASCOs. Really nice slow low. And of course, it's dead silent. Alright. Turn it back up to high. There's also absolutely no wobble, which is surprising and definitely a good thing. So spin it down now. Oh, going back to my list about the the 5-bladed models, it was the Great Room. That was the one I was leaving out. Okay, so it's 5-blade Charleston, State Fair, Great Room, Decorator, American Spirit, Vanity Fair. Perfect. Alright. That seemed like it was a pretty fast spin down, but I don't know how long it's been since this was last run. So maybe I'll leave it running to kind of break in the bearings. I'll switch it to reverse, and the reverse switch, like The Charlestons and the parlor fan. Actually, no, the parlor fans, it's on top of the motor housing. But on these, it is, if I can find it, there it is. It's inside of the vent in the motor housing there, just like on the Charlestons. So turn it to reverse. Actually, maybe some of the parlor fans might have had the reverse switch in the vents. The great room does. I know for a fact. That one has the reverse switch in the vents, just like this one and the Charleston. Alright, so there's low and reverse. Again, a very, very nice, slow, aesthetic restaurant low. I could see these in like a diner of some sort or something. It's like an old-time 80s restaurant. I'd love to put this one somewhere. I have a few ideas, and I feel like a lot of you watching may also have a couple ideas of where I'd like to put this one. So there's medium in reverse. And high. It looks like there's a little bit more wobble. Or a little bit of wobble, considering how there wasn't really any in forward. Yeah, definitely high RPMs. Great. Great, and now up close view. So here, the fan, as you can see, lovely off-white or antique white finish. The blades are, of course, just plain, which is a standard of FASCO. They didn't really do any like stencil. Or they had cane for the World's Fairs, but not really for any other model. Well, and the Old South and the parlor fan. But yeah, not really. The other models pretty much just had plain blades. But rubber flywheel is underneath of this cover here, this decorative housing. And then the nose cap, which as I mentioned is that third gen domed cap with the sort of ridges, the designs. The third gen blade badges, which are the same as a third gen Charleston. And then the ball socket third gen canopy. The motor housing, I think it's not the same, but it's similar to the parlor fan. Actually, I think the parlor fan vents are just a little bit wider, actually. I can't get that one up for some reason, but I think... I can't really tell. Yeah, the parlor fan motor housing is refusing to, or motor is refusing to budge. But I think it's the same motor housing as the 38-inch and smaller parlor fans. Yeah, so, and then of course the downrod, which is just bare galvanized pipe, because it's the downrod from the that parlor fan I just showed you, which I think it's original, because I think FASCO just used galvanized pipe for their downrod in the early days. Yeah, so then the reverse switch is right here inside of the vent, which again makes sense that if this is the same housing as the parlor fan, they would also put the reverse switch in the vent there. You can see the motor up there, FASCO stack motor. Oh, and then this one's also got the arcless pull chain as well. And then up here on top of the motor, top plate, and then the tag is right here with FASCO Industries, FASCO logo, model number 965, serial number, specs, and then the State Fair fan, and then there's a date code 5 of 87, so that would be May of 1987. That's interesting. The Charleston that's in my parents' bedroom upstairs is from May of 86. Yeah, and then there's the other tag that says set screw must be tightened securely. And there's another one of those tags, those exact same tags, in the canopy for some reason. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know where it is even, but it's the same tag as up there. That's interesting. So I think that just about does it for this one. So that is the FASCO State Fair 46-inch ceiling fan, model 965. So thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.